When we left off, I was chatting away and not realizing how long I had been chatting away and crafting, so I cut this video into two, and welcome to part 2. I'm going to finish up with the tags today and fill you in on the rest of my chatty long story, then we should be all caught up on what's been going on in my life for the last 4 months, where I am now, and we can move on to the rest of everything. So, thanks for joining me again. Hope you make it through this long video. Get yourself a cup of coffee or tea because I'm chatty again. Here we go. Okay, quickly, break in the story time. I've got these done, the bag part, right? So the bag part is done. Now we've got to decorate some tags to go in there. So I'm going to set these aside over here. And I'm going to pull out my stack of tags. So I pulled 3 small ones and 3 of the like medium size ones and 3 of the, oops, geez, come on fingers, 3 of the big ones. So we're just going to start decorating. These guys, oh, I used a little, hold on really quick. I gotta grab these over here. I used one of these little things on the front of each one. There we go. Let's ink these up. Okay, so where was I? Oh, where we're gonna live. That was our question. Where are we going to live? And then we started thinking, do we really want to commit to buying a house in a community that we don't really know much about, and that we don't know people there? And do we really want to commit to a community just because that was the only place we could find a house that, you know, met all of our needs? So the answer to that was no, ultimately. And so then we start thinking and problem solving, and all of a sudden it starts feeling pretty stressful because we're going, oh my gosh, we have officially accepted purchase agreements and we are in the process. We will be selling our home. So what the heck are we going to do once we sell our house? This is my trick for dirtying up the pull string a little bit. See how that does that? So I just ink up my little dauber thing and pull it through and then flip it over and do it a few more times. And it, you know, vintages it up nicely. So we decide that maybe we're going to rent for a year. It'll give us time to look for like where we actually want to be, rather than just settling on something because it's available. Because, you know, buying a house is like not a small commitment. So what did I do? I put a little tiny ephemera piece on each of these, and then I put I have some really cool brads that look like screw heads. Can you see that? So we're going to use those on there too, to put those through to this. But let's decorate these first. Is this dry? Yeah. So we decide to rent. Well, then we start looking at rentals and decide that renting, you know, outside of the cities, because we were not trying to stay in the cities no matter what. So we decide that renting outside the cities, the rental market is as hot, if not hotter, than the seller's markets for homes. So now we're like, what are we going to do? We have sold our house and we need to find somewhere to live. Now, re-enter where we are now. We're up north here. That's a cute little piece. That's like a stamp. And this is like just a little guy. Here we've got a little like price label. That's kind of cute. I think this would be too big. So meanwhile, I'm up here and every day I'm out, you know, drinking my coffee out on the deck, and I look over and see this house again, and it occurs to me, maybe we should be revisiting the thought of this house. So I call Ade and we chat and we think about it, and we decide to see if they are willing to have a conversation with us. Anyway, long story short, we decide to come full circle. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put this number, needs to just be trimmed on the edges. We decide to come full circle and come to the house that that started this whole conversation. So we now live. We took possession of the house October 1st, and we live literally kitty corner from my parents, which is awesome. It's really lovely because my husband can work remotely because of what he does. He works in cybersecurity, so he can kind of do that from wherever. And, you know, this stuff I can do from wherever as long as I've got some space. And now I've got a lovely art studio, which a couple of people have already asked for a tour of. So maybe I will do that at some point here. But I have my whole own room, and it's up at the front of the house, and it has a window right out onto Main Street. And I can see my parents' house right from my art studio window right there. So it's all good. And now we live in this tiny community where honestly I never thought I would live. And that's not a bad thing. It's just I never thought we would live up here because of jobs and all that stuff. But it has been such a blessing. I just glued this right over that little woman's face on the stamp. Oh well. I'm chatting and gluing things over people's faces. I never thought I'd live up here, and now we do. And I tell you what, I so appreciate the quietness and the slower pace of life here. And I've known about that, you know, because we've been coming here and visiting them all the time for all these years. So it's not, you know, that part is not new, but living in it every day is new, and I really appreciate it. And we were kind of worried about pulling the girls away from their friends and stuff, but honestly, they've adapted really well. Lizzie got a job here before we even officially moved here. Lizzie had a job at the little local cafe called Shining Light Cafe. And she loves it. She's a waitress there and loves her job. And it is full of small town charm. I tell you what, everything about this place is like small town charm, right? But there are 2 restaurants in town. 3 if you count the one that opens over the summer. That's like a little ice cream and burger place. Okay. Now I'm going to put those through. So I need my hole puncher. And I was just in there for dinner with Joy, my other daughter, the other night when Lizzie was working. And we walked in, and there were a couple of older couples in there. And one guy just had his banjo out on the table and was just playing old vaudeville songs, because that's what you do. He was just playing the old vaudeville songs on his banjo and singing, having a sing-along. And it was perfect. It was just, I sat there and we chatted and listened to this guy play and ate my really good, she makes really good Reubens. She makes really good everything there, but the Reubens, oh my gosh. Ate my Reuben, listened to banjo music, sing along, and chatted with the older folks about their time in Florida and all kinds of stuff. And it was just lovely. And then I went to fill up my gas tank at the gas station in town, which is literally just at the end of Main Street. And it was a Monday night, and it was like, I think 6:50 when I looked down and realized there was one truck on the whole street, all of Main Street. Nobody moving, not a sound, quiet. 6:50 on a Monday night. And I just laughed to myself. So when I stick this in here, I kind of like that this top tag overlaps like that. Oop, there we go. So I'm going to put these in as I go so that I don't like misplace anything. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so quiet life. To do any sort of bigger shopping, we have to go to Bemidji, which is just under an hour away, 50 minutes. Okay, we're gonna just decorate these up. And I didn't do anything super special. I just collaged some bits and pieces on around the pieces that they've already collaged on there for you and added a topper. So that's what we're gonna do to these guys. Let's see. I don't know how long I've been on here, but I don't know why I'm gonna plug that in either. So let's see, I've got, like I said, I've got some of these tickets. These are from Tracie's ticket. She had a tickets kit. So, and I like them. They're awesome for doing collage. I mean, they're a nice little piece to just add. Then let's do some flowers or birds. Got a couple birds here. Okay. See how easy this is to collage with this kit, you guys? You don't even have to super put a lot of thought into it. These two already have some like tags kind of on them, and this one doesn't, so I'm going to add a little extra stuff on there, I think. And then I think I've also got out these are my random, like my Tracie random numbers and writing. Numbers. I feel like I need some little number pieces on here maybe. Okay, yeah. Yes to that. 94, I like that red on there. Okay. These are also so fantastic. I know you've probably seen 100 people play with these, but they also, I kind of feel like no matter what kind of kit you're working with, these work well. Also, can you hear my family out there? Someone just belched. Okay, there, look at that. Now we just need to glue them down. Well, go around the edges of them. These I put through my scan and cut, and for the most part it cut most of it well, but I also I printed on this like ivory colored paper cardstock rather than regular like white, and so sometimes some of the lighter things it has a harder time distinguishing the edges of. So some of it I had to go back and recut by hand, but for the most part, scan and cut for the win, because yeah, scissors with my right hand issues are not the easiest. So Northam, Minnesota, guys. I'm all moved. I'm all set up in my studio. For the most part, I think I've got almost everything. You know that feeling though, if you've ever moved in your life, which I would guess that most people have moved at least once. This is only the third time I've moved in my whole life. I do know people that are like, oh my gosh, I've moved 27 times. Or like, you know, friends who grew up in military families who have moved, you know, every year of their childhood, they moved somewhere. Not for me. And I do not like moving. And I can honestly say that if we die in the house that, you know, I'm in now, I would be totally okay with that. Because moving, the whole thing, not a fan. It was nice that we had our house packed up so that, like, once we sold it, we didn't have to quick go back and scramble to quick pack up and everything. We just had time to, like, slowly do it over time. So that wasn't so bad, but anyway, I was saying, I think I've set up my whole studio, but then you know how that feeling of like, I know I had XYZ and now I can't find it, or where did I put it, or how did I pack that? Yeah, I had that feeling a lot. One of the saddest things that I cannot find is, and they're probably in the same box, and you know, literally God only knows where they are, but I had a whole bunch of like my warm fuzzy socks. Not only fuzzy, like hand knit. I had a couple pairs of hand knit socks and like really nice thick socks because that's what I like to wear around in the winter. Yeah, cannot find them. That box. And also my nail polishes. Now, nail polish is a contested thing around this house. Because the 16-year-old, well, she's going to be you guys, she's going to be 17 on Sunday. Oh, do not feel old enough to have a 17-year-old daughter. And why does 17 feel so much older than 16? Because she's my firstborn. I don't know. 17. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I totally am off base. But nail polish. She's into nail polish. She loves doing her nails, like fake nails, acrylic nails, and all that kind of stuff. She's into all of it. She's pretty good at it. Loves doing it. But, you know, my nail polishes just kind of slowly disappeared. I had quite a collection, and they just slowly disappeared over the last year or so into, you know, God only knows where those are. Well, now I know too. They went out into her collection. And before she was very responsible or good about doing her nails, they would get like, you know, painted shut and stuff. So they weren't very usable. Anyway, so I had kind of grown my own collection. Small collection, but collection nonetheless, of my nail polishes and my favorite top coat called Tracie Fox, which if you don't know about it and you like to do your nails, you should go check out Tracie Fox. I'm going to put these upside down just so they dry a little bit flatter. And I'm going to put that on there so it just weights them down. So I'm missing my nail polishes and my cozy socks. But it's all good. I'll just get some more. It'll give me occasion to go search Etsy for some nice hand knit socks or something, right? Also, there we go. Sorry, I had to think about that one for a second. I lined it up and it didn't look right, and then it threw me for a total mental loop. There. See how easy this is, guys? All right, so if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I had posted a video of my happy place, which is, see, I don't think I need this one. I'll save that for the big tags because I'm sure I'll use it on those. I had posted a picture of my, just kind of my scanning across my, it was a short video, I guess, scanning across my desk and with my candles and all the goodness and my fireplace. So like up on top of some shelves over here, I have a TV, and that was kind of a birthday present so that I could have my, there we go. Now we need tag toppers. That is so that I can watch YouTube videos and like do, I'm gonna use some of Emily's ruffle on one. Watch videos and do digital design on my computer, because otherwise I used to just watch videos on my computer on YouTube, but then you can't do that while you're doing digital design, right? On the same computer. I just got to find like in between ruffles here so that it'll lay nice there. And I'm going to staple that on so that I don't have to go mess with my sewing machine right now. Although I have to smash that in there. Grr. There we go. Oh, that's cute. That ruffle looks really cute on top. All right, and then so on my computer I play like, you know, you could go on YouTube. I'm going to use some of this lovely silk, and this has got kind of a greenish background, so I'm going to do that. So I turn on the fireplace. You know, I go on YouTube and I find the fireplaces that's like just a video, and they're like 24 hours of crackling fireplace, and you can find them with like whole soundtracks and Christmas music behind them. Wow, I really did not do that good at all, so we'll be just undoing that and redoing that. And I cannot find this. One of the things I cannot find is my staple remover. So I have my seam ripper, which, you know, does the trick. It's not a staple remover, and hopefully I don't damage my paper. So I like just the roaring fireplace ones, because I swear to you, it feels cozy. And I don't know, I think I mean it's all totally a mental thing. This is not making it, it's not emitting any heat. Okay. Concentrate. Try to get this on here straight this time. Okay, yeah, that's a way better attempt. We've got two, and then let's do, then I've got this old, like this is super old vintage lace that is not in super good shape. Like it's kind of falling apart and stuff, but it makes awesome little pieces for tabs and, or like underneath behind something. So we'll do that on here. This I might have to sew on though, because I don't know that stapling it will work. Yeah, I'm going to sew this on. Hold on. All right. There. Yeah, that would not have stapled. Okay, so we've got our 3 tags here, and they're dry enough that I can stick them in. So there's one. Oops, I got that extra little piece of silk hanging on. 2. 3. Oh my gosh, then we just need the big one, the big tags. So I have no idea where we're at time-wise, but if we're beyond where we need to be, I might speed up this last part, and then you guys don't have to like literally just watch me collage like I just did totally on the last one. So I'm gonna just go again, rifle through my ephemera over here and grab some bits and bobs. I'm gonna put a ticket on each one. There's a little postcard. I like that. That's a little check, it looks like. Here's wine. Something about wine. We'll go ahead and throw that on there. Here's some little labels. Parcel post. Actually, that one needs some color. Go there. Can you hear this? I believe that's my husband singing. I hope you can hear it. We have fun in our house. We have a good time. He just said he'd be a superstar. Then you get some of these long, like, oh, you know what? What do I want to do? What was I going to oh, here. I've got some of this. Yeah, this is, shoot. I printed it the wrong side too. Anyway, I'm going to put a little strip of this on each one. I'm going to rip it. Victoria Designs, maybe? And I printed it onto sticker paper. So let's put a little piece of that on there too. It's like a whole bunch of measuring tapes on one printable. So I printed the whole thing onto sticker paper. And it works perfect. As long as you get a good, yeah, as long as you end up with one of the little breaks in the piece that you're working with. Otherwise, it can be virtually impossible to peel the sticker part off of. I'll put this over here, yeah. It must be lunchtime. So we have also on we have our house here, but we also have out back, we have this really big, several thousand foot heated shop, indoor shop. And it houses now my husband's office and his music studio, because he's also a musician. I believe I've told you all that before. Jazz musician, and we play music for church, which was another great part about moving up here, but I'll talk about that in some other video so I don't just waste all my good moving stories in one time. But the giant shop has in-floor heat in the cement. So it is like a lovely balmy 70 some degrees out there, even though it's only in the teens outside. And so it's like he has an official place to kind of like go to work, you know, go out, fill the wood stove with wood, and then go to work. Also, and that's just in the two smaller sides of the shop. The shop is huge. It has two smaller sides, or two smaller like offices kind of on the side. Then it has this huge main big shop where he has his workout stuff. Lizzie has a table to do her nails, like a desk. So she has a nail studio, and we're in the process of setting up a dance studio for Joy. So they all get their studios too. So we're literally in a place now where we all have our own studios for all of our things. So moving out of the cities, everybody goes, oh, aren't you going to miss all the stuff, the amenities and the things? But honestly, we were able to bring so much of that stuff with us, and we just kind of do it here. And so we've got this great big lovely shop area to do it in. I need something else down here. And sometime after Christmas, I'll tell you about the other part, the other idea that we have for there, because I can't tell you about it now, because sometimes my children watch my videos. And I can't tell them. The shop is so big that it has a huge garage door on the front, and my dad and brother are jealous because it's a big heated shop, so they keep saying that they'll help fix on things and do things around our house, and the trade-off is that when they need to come do work on their cars or something in the winter, they can come pull it into the bay in our shop and use the bay where it's nice and warm. I'm like, totally good with that. Sounds like a good exchange to me. So my brother was over Uncle Andy was over here helping us fix the garage doors, which is awesome because now they run up and down like they're supposed to. That's another benefit of living up here, is that, so my brother has 4 adorable, brother and his wife Des and my sister-in-law, they have 4 adorable kids. And we've been able to babysit them now while they go out hunting, because it is hunting season for sure in force in Minnesota right now. So we've been able to babysit the littles, which is really fun. Oh, and if they're watching this, if you guys are watching this, Dessa, then you can, I'll tell you, Aaliyah, my 6-year-old niece, she helped me. Where was the piece that I was working on? She helped me line up make the decisions on, oh, here, I was making these envelopes. She helped me choose the pieces of ephemera for this and how to line them up. Remember that, Aaliyah, if you're watching? So she's an artist in the making for sure. Dessa, my sister-in-law, likes to draw and paint and craft and stuff too, as does my sister. We're just kind of creative people, you know, as does my mom. So now it's fun to come, now they can come over. And Bella, my sister's daughter, stepdaughter, she gets to come over, and she was over here and we were crafting together as well, because she likes to craft and be crafty. So she came over and she made a mini book for a friend for a Christmas gift. So now I'm the fun aunt with the cool studio. When they come over, they get to play. Aaliyah told me that if she had this kind of studio in her house, she would put her bed right in here, and then in the morning she'd wake up and go right to creating. She would just start crafting right away in the morning. And I said, that sounds like a good idea to me. Okay, now we've just got to put some toppers on these. You guys are probably like, holy cow, I've been listening to you just talk incessantly for the longest time. So we're gonna do some different things. That's a little too big. Doesn't say that'd be kind of fun, but I think it's a little too big. But let's do we'll do a paper tab on one of them. Let's find something. We'll put this lovely lady as a tab on that one. Let's see, go about here. Oh, come on. Do you believe it? My glue's been acting just fine, and then all of a sudden, the minute I am almost done, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that stick up just a bit, a little less than half on the top there. Then we'll do a, I've got some cool washi here. We'll do a washi tab on one of them. Oh, I want to cut, I want to rip. Try to get it straight. There we go. Kind of like the way that looks on the back too. Just kind of ripped there. So there we go. There's a washi tab. That tab, a washi tab, and I think somewhere, yeah. There are actual, like, I've got strings everywhere. There are actual tabs that come with the kit. So let's throw one of these on the top of one of them. And then we will have them finished and we can complete our bags and our little chat. The fun thing is, I feel like I will have so many more stories to tell you up here than I did in the cities, because I'm telling you, it's a fun little town. Okay, let's stick those in our bags. How fun are these? I'm so, you know, this making, I'm not one that's usually done like the whole make 4 journals at a time thing or multiple journals at a time. Usually I'll do like a kind of a set and there'll be some skinnier ones and whatever, but not ever just a whole bunch of them at once. But this actually works out really well. So there we go. There's the 4 super cute pockets. I will be back in a day or so. I've got some library cards, well, not library cards, but some library pockets, and I want to make tags to go in those, so maybe we'll chat a little bit more when I'm making these and a couple of other things. I've got a couple of other elements that I want to do, but I will have the main kits that I used for these linked in the description box below. If you've made it this far, congratulations, and thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It is really so good to be back. I have a lot planned. Like I had a lot planned before we moved, and now that I'm moved back in and started unpacking my stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, look how much stuff I've got sitting here. So lots to do, lots of ideas, but that's good. Fresh inspiration feels good. And so we'll finish up this Tracie Fox stuff, and then we will move on to possibly some more Christmas books if I get done quick enough. Or well, whatever. I could tell you forever. But I will, at some point, if you guys want to see my studio, I would be more than happy to oblige that. And maybe I'll give you a little tour around my town and show you my house and stuff. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm going to stop talking now. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whatever time it is, on whatever side of our fantastic planet that you live on. And until I see you guys again very soon, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless. Bye, everybody.